saying that the people of the country are the country's greatest
45% this last year, and luxury cars.
The Commonwealth Bank has acquired Israeli in an increasingly competitive business environment. Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull has been pushing the innovation agenda, saying that the people of the country are the country's greatest asset. However, many business insiders believe that the country has a long way to go if it wants to compete in the Asian century. They believe Australians need to become more innovative and entrepreneurial. So how do we become more entrepreneurial? Is it something that can be learnt? And if so, how? To discuss this subject, I'm joined by some of Sydney's most successful entrepreneurs. They believe the key to being more entrepreneurial is to be innovative, accept diversity, and embrace change. They join us now. We're at the Porsche Centre at Willoughby today to check out some of the country's most luxurious cars. Porsche sales have increased by 45% this last year, and luxury cars continue to dominate the market. So what makes a brand like Porsche remain so relevant to consumers obsessed with speed, power, and luxury? I'm going to have a chat with Porsche's marketing manager today to hear about the key sales points of their latest models. We'll also be having a chat about what Porsche is doing to target the highly lucrative female demographic. But first up, I'm going to check out the new Porsche 911. This model is one of the brand's fastest. It accelerates from 0 to 100 in just 2.7 seconds. This model is perfect for those looking for luxury and speed. Good morning. In business news today, the Commonwealth Bank has acquired Israeli peer-to-peer lending startup GoDollar for a whopping 3 billion Australian dollars. The acquisition aims to bolster the bank's consumer lending business arm, which has been declining in recent years due to increased global competition and weak consumer spending. This acquisition is the bank's largest deal in over a decade. In other business news, Mesoblast's shares plunged 43% following a decision by the Food and Drug Administration to reject the liver cancer drug candidate Staxmed, which is currently in a phase 2 clinical trial. The FDA says that Staxmed is not effective enough at treating liver cancer patients and therefore does not warrant further drug development. This disappointing news comes just weeks after the company listed on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange. Finally, the Australian share market closed up today with the Australian dollar buying 80 US cents. The Dow Jones Industrial Index closed down 75 points. I'm Annabel Murphy. Join us at 12 o'clock for the next update. Good morning and welcome back to another episode of Innovate Today. Today we're going to be exploring how corporates are innovating in an increasingly competitive business environment. To talk more on this subject, I'm joined by CEO of Fusion Labs, Patrick Crooks. Patrick, welcome to the program.
Hi, Annabel.
So why is there a need for big corporates to innovate?
Well, the CEO of Commonwealth Bank put it well the other day when he said that if they don't innovate within the next 10 years, they're going to be toast. And so you've got this situation where startups are really nimble, they can scale really quickly at a low cost, and they're not scared to take big and bold risks and drive them through. And so the thinking is that if we can take that mindset and put it in large corporates, we can really start scaling innovation and getting great results for not only companies but Australia.
So what do you think are the next big innovation challenges for corporates?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. So we've sort of gone through this phase of people getting their heads around it. Everyone's running around experimenting, trying different things. And I think that a lot of the effort is now being misdirected and isn't directed at results enough. And so what we're looking at is how to tighten up a portfolio of innovation, how to measure innovation better, and also how to communicate innovation. And so we're researching that and working with large companies to improve in those areas.
That was really interesting, Patrick. Thank you very much for coming on the show today.
Thank you.
That was the CEO of Fusion Labs, Patrick Crooks. Join me next week on Innovate Today. I'm Annabel Murphy. Until then, goodbye.